So last time on Dragon Ball Super VE, Goku had accepted Whis' offer to visit and revive his father Bardock. However, on meeting, in typical Saiyan fashion, a battle ensued, where it was revealed Bardock had a very unique and special talent. A talent allowing him to move his body without thinking, and thus piquing the interest of Whis. Meanwhile, Vegeta and King Vegeta had continued their training in the hyperbolic timechamber, and in today's manga, we're going to see just how far their training has come. But before we begin, support this video and channel by leaving a like right now as you're reading this and watching till the very end for its insane conclusion. Enjoy. Our story begins after Whis has just told Bardock that he may be using Ultra Instinct without knowing. Bardock replies, "Ultra Instinct? What the hell is that? I've been fighting my whole life and never been told I was secretly an angel. Why the hell am I in hell then?" Goku then responds saying, laughing, "Dad, you're not an angel. You're still a Saiyan, rest assured. Ultra Instinct is a technique used by angels, Dad. It allows your body to move without thinking. It's extremely hard to do, especially for Saiyans like us. I'm not sure how, but just then while I was attacking you, you were dodging everything, even though you were completely blind. Your body was moving and reacting on its own, matching my own movement and energy. The only other person I've seen it do it so easily is Whis himself." Huh? Understandably, Bardock looks back at Goku with a shocked face saying, "Really? I had no idea what was going on. All I could see was darkness. I was focusing on getting my sight back. I wasn't even aware you were attacking me. Cowardly move, Kakarot." Bardock then turns to Whis and continues, "But why is this even happening to me? Something I'm not even aware of doing is important enough you want me to train with Kakarot?" Whis looks with a smile and just says, "That lack of awareness, Bardock-san, that, my dear friend, is exactly what we call Ultra Instinct. And not just any Ultra Instinct, Bardock-san. Judging by the fact you had no idea what your body was doing and there was no change in your appearance either, you were using it at an even higher level than that of your son, Goku. I say this because when Goku uses Ultra Instinct, he must purposely focus his mind and attempt to utilize the technique. Whereas for me and yourself, we are constantly exhibiting Ultra Instinct in our natural forms. Just with a caveat, with you, it seems you need to lose sight currently to do so." Bardock looks back shocked saying, "I'm at a higher level of Ultra Instinct than Kakarot? But wait, are you saying I need to be blind in order to use this power?" Thinking that this is the only way to use Ultra Instinct, Bardock then crosses his arms and dismissively says, "If I'm honest, I don't need these silly tricks if it means I lose my sight. Besides, if Ultra Instinct means I have to have that silly blonde hair, then count me out. You won't catch me dead sporting multicolored hair like a woman." And with that, Goku looks awkwardly on, muttering, "Multicolored hair like a woman?" Before Goku smiles with a hand behind his head and says, "I feel like there's a lot that's going to shock you today, Dad. But one thing I'll say is, that blonde-haired form you saw me in wasn't Ultra Instinct. That was what we call a Super Saiyan." Huh? Super Saiyan? Bardock immediately is shocked, continuing, "That can't be. How would you even know about that? You left Vegeta as a baby." Following this, Bardock then thinks back to his final moments on planet Vegeta, and how Frieza destroyed it because he was afraid of a certain legend, the legend of the Super Saiyan. He thinks in his head, "This brat must be mistaken. Kakarot was born with one of the lowest power levels of all the Saiyan babies. He may be strong now, but the Super Saiyan was said to be even stronger than Frieza. Surely Kakarot couldn't be. Bardock then questions Goku with a serious face and asks him, Kakarot, what exactly do you mean by Super Saiyan? Are you trying to tell me you're the legendary warrior that comes every 1,000 years? This isn't a joke, son. And Goku just confidently responds with a smile saying, I don't know about every 1,000 years, but what I will tell you, Dad, is I am a Super Saiyan. And I beat Frieza also. What? You beat Frieza? I don't believe it. The Emperor of the Universe that not even King Vegeta could land a hand on. This is nonsense! But Goku then suddenly transforms into a Super Saiyan before saying, Believe it, Dad. It was in this very form that I ended Frieza's tyranny over the universe. And this isn't even the limit of a Super Saiyan. Bardock looks on now for the first time, properly looking at his son's form, and thinks to himself, this power, this form, this is the Super Saiyan? What could possibly lie beyond this? And immediately Goku transforms into a Super Saiyan 2, yelling, what lies beyond this, Dad, is what we call a Super Saiyan 2. Bardock at this point can't even believe what's happening and looks back with a shocked face saying, what am I seeing? What is this electricity surrounding him? Suddenly, Bardock himself is suddenly hit by a stray lightning bolt from Goku's aura, leading Bardock to continue, what power? There's no doubt about it. My son defeated Frieza! Oh, Dad, you haven't even seen anything yet! And following this, Goku's hair grows out completely as he becomes a Super Saiyan 3. What? Bardock wheels back this time in even more shock, but something other than the power is what's shocking him. He yells, this can't be! Raditz! Is that you? Causing Goku to then look back with an unimpressed face muttering, not the reaction I was expecting, Dad. No, I'm not Raditz. This is the form even beyond Super Saiyan 2. We call this a Super Saiyan 3. Bardock looks back bemused. He can't even comprehend how different Kakarot now looks and the level of power he has reached. Staying quiet as he quite literally is speechless now. Goku continues, what's wrong, Dad? Cat got your tongue? I'm nowhere near finished showing you what else I can do. And in an instant, Goku's ki disappears, leaving him in his Super Saiyan God form, telling Bardock, and we call this a Super Saiyan God. But even this has another stronger version. And just like that, Goku appears before Bardock as a Super Saiyan Blue, the Super Saiyan version of a Super Saiyan God, all in front of a Saiyan who up until this day was clueless over even what a Super Saiyan was. Bardock in complete awe now falls back onto the floor with a thud as he looks up at his godly son, saying quietly, Kakarot, this presence? Just who are you now, Kakarot? What monstrous powers did you gain on Earth, son? Goku, however, sensing his father's fear now, powers down finally and extends his hand saying, Dad, let's just say I've been through a lot over the years. But don't worry, power like this is not unattainable for someone as talented as you. Now give me your hand. It looks like you need some help. Bardock looks back warily, still reeling slightly in shock from what he's just witnessed, but does take in the words of his son, thinking to himself, this power, I too could do this one day? Before grabbing onto Goku's hand to be pulled up. Huh? But as he looks up, Goku is now in his final form. With white hair and silver eyes, Goku has entered his mastered Ultra Instinct. Looking back at Bardock with a smile before saying, "And this is my version of Ultra Instinct." Bardock looks back with both a sense of awe and confusion, quietly saying, "So, this is Ultra Instinct. It feels so strange, so calm and understated, yet I can feel the immense power and confidence you now have. But there is one question on my mind, Kakarot. How come you can see in this form while I can't? This doesn't seem fair at all." Whis, after hearing Bardock's comedic reaction, then laughs, saying, "Oh, Bardock-san, right now it seems your body only moves on its own when you yourself aren't in control. When you fight normally, your mind makes too many decisions, just as expected of a Saiyan. But when blind, it seems through a natural gift and talent, your body reacts on its own out of self-defense, since you are not able to see and react yourself. I'll be honest, I've never met a case just quite like you before, Bardock-san, but I think with enough guidance, you too could master Ultra Instinct while still being able to see. After all, your son did it, so like they say, like father, like son." Hearing this, Bardock thinks to himself, so I fight better when I'm not even trying. I don't know whether to feel embarrassed or happy about that. And Whis continues finally, "So now that you know about the talent that you have and what me and Goku are offering, what do you say, Bardock-san? Would you like to come train with us?" While Bardock is thinking on Whis' question, he looks over to Goku and notices him pleading. "Please, Dad? It'll be fun, I promise." Which Bardock just awkwardly smiles back, thinking in his head, "Kakarot seems to really want me to train with him, despite my weakness. But as much as I'd like to, I can't unless..." And with a solemn and serious face, Bardock then addresses Whis and says, "I can't say for sure just yet what my answer will be, but if you answer my next question, it'll go a long way to help me make my decision. Whis, through one way or another, you obviously were able to find me here in Hell in an instant, but after all these years, I've never been able to find my wife, Gine. Until the end of time, I promised myself that I would not stop looking until I either found her down here or was convinced she was elsewhere. Whis, if she's still down here, I can't go. I cannot leave her here alone in this godforsaken place, all by herself for eternity. Tell me now, where is she? Is she in heaven or in hell?" Whis, after a moment pondering Bardock's heartfelt words, then simply replies, "I understand, Bardock-san. But don't think you can fool me with your sorcery! You may be able to take my sight away, but I'll recognize the difference between a fake and real Gine sorcerer." Whis replies with a smirk saying, "No need to worry, Bardock-san. As an angel, I am bound by angelic laws to never lie or sin in any fashion. I could face erasure instantly for such a crime. I will look into my staff and see right now what happened to your wife." And after a brief pause, Whis shows Bardock a live feed of Gine and reveals, "Bardock-san, Gine-san is indeed in heaven. She has been given access to her body. She is happy and her soul is truly at rest. If you so wish, I can take you to see her immediately, but you would ultimately then need to return to Hell after." Bardock, however, finally after all these decades knowing the definitive truth, smiles back and says, "No, just knowing she's happy and in a better place than this dump is enough for me. For years, I was in pain wondering how she was coping without me in Hell, with nothing I could do about it. But now, I know the truth, and my soul too has been put to rest. He then looks at Goku and says, "Alright, Kakarot, you win. Let's go. Take me to Earth and show me how I too can get that weird grey hair of yours." And Goku looks back with a smirk, excited now at the prospect of spending time with Bardock, saying, "No problem, Dad, but first, there's something else we need to do." And just like that, Whis approaches the duo and then zaps Bardock once more. Huh? Making me blind again? But soon enough, Bardock then realizes his halo has disappeared, and for the first time in over 30 years, Bardock is alive once again. He comments, "That weird circle, it's gone. I guess it is true. You really did revive me. I guess you aren't too bad, evil sorcerer." And with he himself realizing his revival, he thanks Kakarot and Whis, and then gives them the go-ahead to then leave after taking one final look at Hell. And just like that, Whis, Goku and Bardock then shoot off from Hell, for hopefully the last time ever. Meanwhile, back in the hyperbolic time chamber, King Vegeta by now has fully gotten to grips with his new Super Saiyan 2 powers, and now fights on equal terms with his son. The two Royal Saiyans then look at each other with a smirk each, with King Vegeta commenting, "So, my son, I've lost count of how many months we've been in here, but surely this is a record for mastering in this form. I feel like I've got the edge over even you now." And Vegeta, however, replies, "As usual, overconfident and cocky at the slightest sight of power. Father, not even 1,000 years will allow you to overpower me, old man." Yeah! And suddenly, just as he finishes saying this, Vegeta flies in with a kick. But immediately, to even the king's surprise, he blocks it and with ease, smirking while commenting, "Day by day, your attacks feel weaker and weaker to me. This gap between us is closing fast, my young son." But following this, Vegeta then creates space, jumping with a smile before saying, "Oh really, father? Well, if my limbs have lost their effect on you, try this!" And immediately, as if in complete control of the environment, Vegeta causes ice to surround and attack King Vegeta, much to his surprise. What? He can bend the environment even while fighting? As King Vegeta struggles against the Arctic winds Vegeta created, he too then masters in the midst of battle the ability to use the hyperbolic time chamber's environment, and suddenly unleashes a column of intense hellfire that Vegeta dodges at the last second. Vegeta is left momentarily shocked as he realizes, "Huh? Father is picking things up unbelievably fast. He's growing stronger while literally fighting. He's just like Broly." Vegeta is then struck by a lightning bolt, again controlled by King Vegeta. Eventually, after some struggle, Vegeta escapes and flies directly into the air, and immediately powers up a signature move while saying, "Enough with this! Your improvement may be fast, but just as a Super Saiyan 2, you will never reach the level of gods in time. Just die here and save us both some hassle. Gallic Gun!" Immediately launching a full-powered beam at the unsuspecting King Vegeta. Huh? Vegeta! Aren't you going too far with this? Fine, so be it. I'll teach you to not underestimate the King of the Saiyans! Immediately grabbing the energy beam of Vegeta, holding it off as much as he can. But alas, the power of Vegeta and his advantage of firing from above proves just a little too much for the king as he slowly gets pushed back and back. In agony, he speaks to himself in his final moments. This power I can't hold this anymore. There's no time to dodge, and when this hits, it will all be over. I just can't reach the level of these kids, even if I tried. Damn it! But as Vegeta fires from above, he yells down to his father in anger. Pathetic! You will never defeat anyone like this. Frieza will live on forever, getting away with everything because of your weakness. You are no Saiyan King. Be gone! Before pushing even harder on his beam to finish off his father. But meanwhile, triggered by the words of Vegeta, King Vegeta immediately envisions the loss of his entire Saiyan family, his pitiful death, and the face of Frieza smiling through all of it callously. And with that, King Vegeta's rage is finally brought out, and deep within him, a new power emerges as King Vegeta's hair grows rapidly. And suddenly, out of nowhere, an energy beam blasts from his own hands, effortlessly pushing back on Vegeta's. Before instantly, it reaches back to Vegeta and causes a massive explosion. Vegeta falls to the ground, and when he finally looks up, standing before him is the Super Saiyan 3 King Vegeta, who once again, against all odds, has ascended, leaving Vegeta near speechless, muttering, "Father, you did it! You did what even I couldn't!" But that was it for today's video, guys, and if you made it this far, leave me a hashtag Super Saiyan 3 in the comments down below and let me know if part 8 should be my next video. Since, as you know, this manga is my own creation, written and created by myself, and if you want to support this series, you can do so on my Patreon for just $3 a month, less than a cup of coffee, and immediately you get rewarded a collection of 250 plus fan mangas that you can keep forever. Links in the pinned comment and description, but if you want to see more videos just like this, click on one of these two videos on the right now. Until next video, guys, cheers.